So I am using my headset right now, and it's been almost 6 months since the last time I posted something here on my vlog. I am trying to lose weight. Since the past 6 months I did gain tremendous weight. I'm not sure if it's obvious in the camera, but and my weight is already affecting my esteem. I'm sorry guys if I'm stuttering or if I'm not delivering my message clearly. So it's currently raining and it's the perfect time for me to vlog. I'm gonna head down, take a shower, and see. Hey guys, so I'll try to be as spontaneous as I can be because I'm gonna get ready and we're gonna go somewhere. This vlog will be about on how I became an influencer this 2021. I know, like, even for me, the sound of influencer, calling myself an influencer really cringes me out, but I guess I'm just going to play the character of the industry that coined influencers. Anyway guys, so as for all of you who have been watching my vlog and you guys have been following what I share online, before I left my previous company somewhere 2019, I already had like a decent amount of following, but I was still struggling in a way to how to monetize or capitalize on my social media accounts, since I just don't have much of an idea back then when I was trying to grow my so-called influencing content creator career. I do prefer to call myself a content creator, by the way, instead of an influencer. And by the time that I moved here in America, and then I started doing a lot of my research and educating myself when it comes to digital marketing, social media marketing, social media marketing influencing, that's how I kind of got into the rabbit hole of maybe I can establish my own brand or my own identity online. But prior that, prior me landing into wanting to become an influencer, I already do have a background when it comes to business, since I graduated with a degree of entrepreneurship major in management, and I was very passionate about building a business. Although back then, my definition of having a business is having a tangible product or a tangible service. Little did I know, once I started focusing on digital marketing or social media marketing, social media influencing, that's how I kind of really got into maybe I can be successful in this niche or in this industry. And I am still in a work in progress. I'm still learning a lot of things. There were some methods that I've tried that are proven and tested. And the most important thing is you first have to build your community. And how I started gaining so much, or at least a decent amount of following, was I started sharing my life after I became a flight attendant, and I saw some groups who are very much interested in becoming a flight attendant. So I was sharing my story. I was being active on those groups. I was really finding my audience that will resonate to the content that I'm producing online. And so Facebook groups really did help me a lot in finding my niche. And back then, when I was a flight attendant, it was just more of posting photos here, posting travels there. I wasn't really putting much value or a lot of interest when it comes to the things that I share online. And little did I know that there were a lot of people who wanted to become a cabin crew. And that's how I kind of started to share my knowledge and experience for those of you who are tuning into my channel who wants to become a cabin crew. But don't get me wrong, guys. With all the travel photos and all the travel content that I've been doing on my previous content on my Instagram, I did in some ways also gain a lot of audience in that category. And a lot of people were also kind of interested what I was doing at that time, even though I was not allowed to disclose my career or associate company that I was working with. So in some ways, I did gain some audience through travel niche and also through lifestyle category. That's kind of how I managed to engage and also acquire some audience and followings on my social media account. So moving on, when I started studying digital marketing and influencer marketing, that's how I kind of got into pitching myself from different brands that I want to work with, or vice versa, some other brands who wants to use your image or your audience or your acquisition when it comes to your following about how to promote their product. And it is not an easy path. Like, it requires a lot of knowledge, in my opinion, and it's such a huge market. And in some ways right now, I'm also doing this because it's quite still of a volatile market, influencer marketing, especially Instagram and Facebook right now. They're experiencing and facing a lot of troubles in their algorithm, in their system, and in their company as well. And it also affects creators and influencers like me, who mostly put their creativity, their effort, and some of them their biggest source of income through social media. But it's not to say that social media is ever gonna go. TikTok is there, YouTube is here, Facebook is still there, and some other Snapchat is still there. And one of the things that I started taking this seriously is when I started saturating all the social media platforms that is available out there, even though I'm still not an expert when it comes to this, growing on YouTube or growing on TikTok, but putting content that resonates to a lot of audience who have that specific interest was my evergreen type of tactic and technique in acquiring a lot of audience. Although nowadays I wanted to transition into more of a lifestyle, and I know some of you who have been subscribing to my YouTube channel that it's gonna be all about the flight attendant. Yes, I just wanted to look at the metrics of how many of you are interested in a flight attendant type of vlog, and I'm happy to do one of those for you guys. But as of now, I'm just sharing to you guys like how I made and become an influencer and a content creator this 2021, despite all these troubles that the social media sphere and backlash that they're experiencing right now when it comes to data, acquiring your data, advertising. But besides and behind that, I think one of the most important things that really got me hooked into this social media marketing, influencer marketing, is because I get to exercise my curiosity and also my interest when it comes to business. And I have to say thank you to my boyfriend for supporting me in every single thing I do, and also encouraging me to learn more about this whole internet social media marketing. And it is really a big business. It's also a very competitive, cutthroat business, because it's just, I don't know, for some reason, that's my experience. But don't take offense in rejection. That's just the way it is. Like, you just have to learn to not look at it as it's about you. And it's mostly sometimes same as you would, once you gain that following and once you gain that attention from different brands and different companies, you'll experience brands and companies approaching you that are not mostly aligned with your branding or with the type of content that you're producing. So it's vice versa, but it is a business, and just learn not to take it personally. It's more of what work and what type you do. And this 2021, as we all know, there's always an audience and always a topic that is for everybody. And just do a lot of research. And the number one thing that I also really find very effective for me in order to grow my audience was joining giveaways and collaborating with other content creators as well, and interacting with the same creators in the same industry and same niche as I am. And again, I'm going to emphasize so much on how much work and dedication that you have to put into. Yes, for a lot of people out there, it might seem the idea of you always being on your phone because of checking your social media accounts. But for me, now that I've been doing this for about a year now, and I've gotten and managed to collaborate and get somehow paid with a lot of brands out there that I've been posting on my Instagram, I kind of learned and now to, in a way, at first, my social media accounts were something out of a hobby, but as of now, I transformed it to something that this is one of the things that I do, that this is a career, this is a side stream of income. And at the same time, having that opportunity is also, I get to enjoy my hobby, to share my experience, share my life online, and also bring help for those people who are curious into so many things that I talk about when it comes to, again, my previous career, which is becoming a flight attendant. I still have a lot of things to talk about becoming a flight attendant, and this was my niche when I started joining and also creating my audience when it comes to looking for what type of niche or industry that I want to talk about. And that's how I mostly started in this social media influencing career. But it's such a fun career. It's like the sky's the limit. You have your own time, you have your own abilities, not to constrain yourself with the things that you can do and you cannot do. And I was so used to the employee type of mindset that you just expect a salary at the end of the month, or for some of you, every other 15 days. But this time you're a hold of your own destiny. The truth is, it requires more work than it is when you are an employee, because you have to constantly innovate yourself. You have to constantly go outside your boundaries and experiment. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys if my boyfriend is in the background. About your brand and where you're gonna lead your brand. And you always need to look for inspiration about when sometimes you feel like stuck in the middle and you have nowhere to go and you feel like you don't know what you're doing. It's totally fine and normal, because I experienced the same thing. I many times stumbled and experienced that I was feeling like a loss in the things that I do.
Okay, you're going.
All right, guys. So my dog is currently barking. I'm just gonna continue vlogging in the car because it's gonna get crazy now. I started taking influencer marketing or social media influencer content creation marketing really seriously is by the time when pandemic hit and started. I spared 2 months of my time learning digital marketing, social media marketing, influencer marketing as well, and saw the potential of collaborating with different brands and also advertising myself and my products to people who are watching me. It is so important to build that community, and I know not every growth right now that you see from other influencers out there is organic. And some of them, like even I myself, I did participate in giveaways that will gain you certain amount of followers, XY this, XY that. And there are pros and cons, and I've experienced the pros, I've experienced the cons as well. But at the end of the day, what really will make you stand out from a lot of creators and influencers out there is the content that you put. And I myself, I started with zero knowledge when it comes to influencer marketing, social media marketing, and it was more of an accident how I started becoming this content creator or influencer. So by the time, I was also still considering other flight attendant jobs, especially here in the United States and in the competitors of my previous company back then. But in some ways, I was already feeling the burnout sensation from being one place at the other, not having a routine, not having a specific day and night. I kind of felt tired about it, and that was the time that I really wanted to close that chapter of my life and move into something else. I'm not going to say what I'm doing right now is easy. It still requires a lot of hard work and a lot of research, and I falter sometimes. I sometimes get lost in what I'm doing, and I just brush it off and force myself to do certain things. Like, I try to squeeze my brain to be more creative about my content, to speak more about my experiences when it comes to this type of products that I'm doing right now. And I still am trying to figure out the storyline or the branding, especially now that I'm trying to be more active on YouTube. But yes, for those of you who have been following me on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram, and for those of you who have known my story about my flight attendant career, this is how I started and how I ended up becoming a content creator or an influencer. I'll just call myself a content creator because I really cringe every time I call myself an influencer or other people call me influencer. So there you go. Thanks for watching, guys, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my social media accounts, and I'll see you.